What if you could invest like the pros without doing all the research yourself? With the Dub app, you can copy trade entire portfolios from top investors or even people like Nancy Pelosi, who has become pretty rich as a politician somehow. And you can do this in just a few taps on your device. But is it really that easy, and does it actually work? Let's dive in. Hey guys, I'm Sean from The Modest Wallet, where we want you to be modest with your wallet, but ambitious with your goals. In this video, we are taking a deep dive into the new app called Dub. Now, by the end of this video, you will know what the app is, you'll know how it works, you'll know the costs, I'll give you a look inside of it, and finally, I'll share the pros and cons and whether this app is or isn't for you. Without going any further, let's get into more specifically the heart behind the Dub app, what the Dub app is, how can you get started using it. So the minds behind Robinhood, I'm sure you've heard of that, and I'm sure you've heard of Uber, are actually backing this new stock trading app, which was created by a Harvard dropout. Now, let me introduce to you, his name's Stephen Wang. He was a high school dropout who first sold his VR company at just 18 before even landing a job at Apple. Now later he did make it to Harvard, but once again, he dropped out, this time to launch an investment platform that I'm talking about and reviewing today. His startup, called Dub, has already raised $17 million from top investors to become the first ever copy trading platform. So instead of picking stocks, Dub lets you pick the people you want to follow, whether it's a hedge fund manager, whether it's a financial influencer, or even a politician. When they trade, you trade automatically in real time. So what's Stephen's goal from our research? It's to bring more transparency to the market and put an end to those big name investors manipulating retail traders into pumping stocks before just cashing out. He's betting that in the future, people won't just pick stocks, they'll pick the investors they trust most. So how does this work, you might be asking? Let me first tell you about the sign-up process, which is super simple. First, you'll download the app. I'll leave a link in the description below of this video. They are on the App Store for your iPhone users, and more recently have been added to the Google Play Store for you Android users. Now, once you've done that, you will complete the application process, which will hopefully be approved by Dasta Financial LLC. This typically takes 30 seconds if you're completing it during their core business hours. Third, they will send you a push notification once the process is complete, which happens almost instantly. Next, you will link your bank account via something called Plaid. I've used Plaid for other apps and other platforms, and they're very trusted, pretty efficient software. So this will allow you to deposit money into your Dub account much easier. And this might take about 2 minutes. And finally, you will get to the point where you can start copying top portfolios, which I will show you more about that here soon in this video. Now, honestly, I've done this. The entire process of getting set up is really simple. I had no issue, and they are very upfront with their process and information. You will need to provide a social security number. Obviously, I don't like giving out the kind of information like that, but it is a legit trading brokerage, so that is required for tax purposes. Now, once your account is all set up and funded with at least $100, you are ready to copy trade. Getting started on your first copy trade is very easy, I found out, with the Dub app. First, you find a portfolio that aligns with your investment strategy, your risk tolerance, even your financial goals. You definitely want to take some time to review the portfolio creator's profile to see, they're just see their track record and understand their approach to the market. Now, again, you can choose from popular investors, some famous politicians, or even other creators that have a proven background and even a proven investing success story. Now, once you've chosen the right portfolio, decide how much you want to invest. From there, just tap copy and you're pretty much all set. Your investment will automatically adjust to match the portfolio's allocations. And what I mean by that, as an example, if the portfolio has 15% in a particular stock, your investment will be weighted the same way through fractional investing. Moving forward then, anytime the portfolio creator makes a trade, your portfolio will instantly replicate those trades in proportion to your investment. All right, so let me now take you inside the app to explore the many features. I'll even copy a trade with the money I deposited. All right, so here we are in the app. Let me first share what each of the 5 tabs that you see at the bottom look like and what they entail. So first, if you look at this home screen tab, at the top there, you can see you can hit the watch button and you could go ahead and you can watch a video to further explain exactly how the app works. This is also where you can see how your portfolio has performed, which obviously you see nothing yet, but I haven't invested any money. I've deposited the money, but I haven't actually invested it. So I did put $100 in, so we'll work with that shortly. There's recurring investments so that you can get yourself in a regular rhythm of investing. And then finally, on the home screen, the portfolio section is where you can see portfolios you copy and any portfolios that you've created. All right, so now let's move to the Discover screen. The Discover screen allows the user to go further in depth to explore the many different portfolios out there. So I'll slowly go ahead and just rotate and let you scroll through them to see, just to see on that Discover page what is actually out there. Also, if you really want to narrow down what you see here, you can use the looking for a portfolio section that you see, and I'll just go ahead and go through that process. I'll hit the start there. And what this does is it asks you a list of questions to help narrow down what this Discover page is going to look like. So let's say I want to look at crypto, AI. We also want to look at personal finance media. We'll stick with those 3. Then I'll hit next. Which individuals are you most interested in? We'll go with good old Nancy Pelosi. We'll go with Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Jerome Powell, and Bill Ackman. We'll hit next. Then it says, which sectors do you care most about? So you're going to choose the ones that apply. We'll go with technology. Let's go with real estate. Let's go with consumer defense, financial services. And we'll hit next. Which of the following do you care the most about? Portfolios with the highest return, portfolios with the most copying capital, or portfolios with the most copiers? We'll say the highest return, so I'll go and click that. Now what that's going to do is it's going to create kind of like a list of what I am looking for. It's going to show me a bunch of portfolios that kind of meet those demands. If I find one that I want to get into more, then I can easily do that. We go back to Discover, and then let's move on to the activity screen, the activity tab. It's sort of like what you might see on Facebook or Instagram. You can see the latest portfolios that have been copied or who has recently joined Dub. So maybe you have some friends that recently joined Dub, or just anyone really in general. Basically, you can see what is trending at the moment with the activity section. So I will go ahead and kind of scroll through there. As you can see, Win Big jumped 79.8 in copying capital. There's another one that jumped 10.6 in copying capital. That was just a minute ago. So it is very up to date with these things happening. Next, let's go to the leaderboard screen. This is an area where you can view which portfolios have the highest returns all time, or monthly, or for the day. So if you look at the all time, I'm looking at Brett Simba, Brett S, 210% all time, has the biggest return all time. If we go monthly, who's doing the best in the month, you can see what these people have done. Clean China, Profit Team. If you go in today, who had the best returns today? All in one, doing pretty well today. So you can see the copies. There was the most copied one was the Pelosi portfolio. The most copied portfolio today is also the Pelosi portfolio. So I think this is pretty cool. I think this shows their transparency. It shows the user information. I mean, not that I just want to, follow what other people are doing, but oftentimes when there's a popularity in something like investing, it's for a good reason. There are obviously people are obviously making money, so that's why they're following those trends. All right, then finally the Creator tab. I'd say this might be one of the tabs you won't use if you're a standard user, but influencers or those who want to allow for the chance for others to copy their portfolio, they may think about joining the Creator program. So what you can see here, there is a competition for a $100,000 pool of prize money that you can join as well. You can see the timeline for that. and you can see what you need in order to qualify, but pretty interesting opportunity there. There's the breakdown of what the prizes are if you choose to enter this competition. Timeline, there it is. You can see exactly what the qualifications are as well in order to be part of this. All right, now let's make a trade, or I guess I should say copy a trade. I have $100 deposited into my account. So I'm going to kind of scan through the portfolios. Let me go into the Discover area. I kind of go looking at the most popular ones. The one that kind of has been sticking out to me because I'd like to have a little exposure to crypto would be the crypto trending. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. There's 4,337 copiers. So we're actually going to do a copy trade here so you can see exactly how this works. So when I click on it, you can see, I can show you the all-time chart. I can show you the 1 year chart, the year-to-date chart. Obviously, crypto has been down lately. I can show you the 1 month. Started more than a year ago. You can see the inception date. Let's go over to activity. All right, it shows you the total changes that it's been rebalanced. Let's go to the breakdown. No sector in particular, but the top holdings, that BIL fund and the FBTC fund, but it's primarily that BIL fund, 83%. So we are going to choose to copy it. So let me go back in there, copy crypto trend. And I'm going to go down here and I'm going to hit copy. We're going to make this trade. This portfolio is riskier than your investing portfolio. You acknowledge that this portfolio's risk score exceeds your user risk score. You understand that the risk mismatch may result in potential increased volatility in the value of the investments, including the possibility of total loss. You are assuming full responsibility for any associated risk. So they're just letting you know that there is some risk involved, as with any investing. But I'll acknowledge the risk and I'll continue. And I am going to put my $100 that I have available in the fund. I am going to use all of it, and it's going to buy it fractionally. It's going to buy as much as it can buy with the $100. And I'm going to set it for one time. I do not want this to be recurring. Eventually I would want that maybe, but I am going to go ahead and just hit the one time and hit review order. You are buying 2 underlying assets for this order. So it's just showing you what's under what you bought, and it's showing you how many shares of it that I'm buying. And I'm going to slide at the bottom to continue. Crypto trend order queued. Your order for crypto trend has been submitted. I'll hit continue. Just like that, it is bought. So let me go back. Let's go into the portfolios that I have copied, and you can see right there, my position is $99.99. It hasn't really changed, obviously, and I'm not really that worried about it because this is a long-term investment. So that is pretty much it. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope I kind of everything I possibly could inside the app just to give you a good idea of what to expect. Hopefully I was able to give you a nice inside view of the app. Did my best there. I was very impressed with how easy it was to navigate. So you, at this point, you might be asking yourself, this is all great, but what are the costs? So, with some apps, they make it nearly impossible. As I've reviewed other apps, it's so hard to find how much things cost, where are their little fees. One thing I noticed with Dub, that is not the case. They are very upfront about it. They're very upfront about their costs. It is ultimately $89.99 a year, or just to break that down further, it's $7.49 a month to use their platform. The nice thing is that they do offer a 7-day free trial. So if you decide it wasn't for you within those 7 days, you can cancel. But honestly, if you are looking to copy investor trades, I think you'll be very happy. Ultimately, you are charged, I'll mention again, a subscription of the $89.99 a year, but all the trades that you make are commission free. So I have 2 more things I want to cover in regards to the Dub app before I get to the pros and cons and ultimately wrap this review up. First is safety and security. We saw no real flaws. They have top security with accounts being secured by AES grade, bank grade encryption. Investments are SIPC insured up to $500,000. And finally, Dub's family of companies includes a broker-dealer, a member of FINRA, and an SEC registered investment advisor. Secondly, customer service is always something that people want to know more about. And you can easily access their help center and ask it really any questions. It was easy to find. If the help center doesn't work for you, they do have a frequently asked questions section that is easily accessible as well. And then finally, if that does not help, you can submit a support ticket and you can just be in touch with a representative that way if that works for you. I didn't see any phone number where you can directly call, but once again, not many other apps allow you to do that, just like this app doesn't really have a direct phone number. All right, moving right along, let's get into the pros and cons. So first, the pros. The platform takes a community-focused approach, allowing users to connect, share, and discuss investment strategies in a way similar to social media. Secondly, it is commission-free copy trades. Third, Dub is a registered broker-dealer regulated by the SEC and FINRA and offers SIPC insurance coverage up to $500,000, just adding that extra layer of security for investors. And then fourth and finally, the platform is very user-friendly and easy to navigate and just really easy to understand. When it comes to the cons, there weren't a ton, but if we were to have one con, the cost is $89.99 annually. That's an annual subscription cost. Obviously, no one likes to pay subscription fees, but platforms like this have to make money somehow to function. And the second con that we found was that your investment success does depend on the strategies of the traders that you are copying. If the original investor makes poor decisions, your portfolio may also experience some losses. All right, in conclusion, who is the Dub app best for? We found that that's ultimately why you're here. If you're someone who wants to invest but doesn't have the time or the knowledge to research stocks yourself, this app makes it incredibly easy to follow experienced investors and copy their moves. It's also great for those who want exposure to different markets, stocks, crypto, or even portfolios that are curated by financial influencers or politicians. Now, that said, there are some risks. Your success depends on the strategies of the traders that you're following. If they make bad decisions, your investments could definitely suffer. Plus, the $89.99 annual fee means you need to be confident that the platform's value is going to outweigh the cost for the year. Now, overall, I think Dub is an interesting and I think it's a pretty innovative way to invest. It's especially for the beginner investor who wants a hands-off approach. They have a 4.7 star rating on the App Store. So it's clear that many users are seeing value in it. But as always, please do your own research before committing your money. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to The Modest Wallet for more honest reviews and insights into the latest finance and investing apps. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.